So this is the first lesson of JavaScript. Previously, we have done installation and all. Those are the very elementary. All right. So theoretically speaking, this is what the even the note starts from. As you see, the first chapter is these are notes basically. That's variables. So what is a variable? A variable is a container. So for example, I'll go to a folder which I created for your batch, and I also suggest that you also do the same. So previously you might have written program to print hello world. So let me show that program once. So this is the program that we have written earlier, and program to calculate area of a circle. And what else we have done? Program to add two numbers. These are the programs you have written so far. Now we're going to study what is a variable. So I will create one new file, variables demo.js. So here now I will give a name called x equal to, I'll assign some value, say true. So x is a variable here. X is a variable here in which we are storing the value true. Say for example, in the real world, you compare with a bag. A bag is a container which can hold your books, laptop, many other things. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So just the same way, this in we are talking about a virtual world here, which can store virtual data. So that can be uh, any values that JavaScript supports. So it can be a number,
String,
can be a string,
object.
can be a true or false value, the Boolean values. It can be a symbol. In that case, we have to go for something called new symbol, which you're gonna study later, not now. Or it can be an object, say for example,
Null.
okay, or it can be undefined. Undefined itself is a value as well as the type. We're going to discuss that further. Or it can be a value called null. Okay, it can be any one of these values which I just explained to you. I just say 1 2 3 now. What really happened in the memory? One second. So one second. So what really happens in the memory is that a memory for a variable called x is allocated. In that memory location, in that memory location, so the value what we assign, that is 1 2 3, 1 2 3 gets stored. So is the concept is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So a variable is a container which can store some value which can change over a period of time. That means later if you say x equal to something else, then what was this 1 2 3 becomes whatever the new value that we have assigned. Value changes. One second. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm getting. Dhruv.
Yes, sir.
So whose value can change over a period of time. Now, there's one important concept that I want to teach you here is the difference between statically typed language and versus dynamically
Type
typed
languages.
language. So forgive me if I have done any spelling mistake. All
No.
right. So one second, I'm just getting one call. Sorry. So anybody have any knowledge of this? The difference between statically typed language and dynamically typed language? Um, Dhruv, you have any idea?
Isn't that in JavaScript you have to write let x and then you have to assign x?
Come again, sorry.
Like in Python, we can just write x is equal to that, and in JavaScript you have to write let x and then x is equal to that.
So you are saying that we cannot do this in JavaScript?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Okay. So let's do one thing. Console.log. I'm going to simply print the value of x. And it works. It's not just in Python, even in JavaScript, we can create a variable without using any keyword like var or let. All right.
Yes, yes.
So now coming to the discussion of statically typed language versus dynamically typed language. See, for a very long time, statically typed languages have ruled the world because this was the first preference by most of the companies, software architects or project managers. To give you a small difference, Java, C,
C++.
C++, these kind of languages are actually statically typed language. Python,
JavaScript.
Python, JavaScript,
PHP.
Ruby, PHP. These are the some of the examples for dynamically typed language. All right. So what is the difference? Suppose in C, C++ or Java, if you want to create a variable, you have to first specify the data type. What is going to be the data type of the variable, and then variable name. Okay.
Assign the value.
Whereas in dynamically typed language, it's not necessary to specify the data type. You simply give the variable name. Variable name, say for example, I'll give the variable name as my var and assign the value. What do you want to assign? Say 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, for example, this is data type can be, let's say, int, num. Okay, that's it. Int, let's say num. Sorry, it is changing. Int num. So, in dynamically typed language, I have a variable. Suppose in case of JavaScript, you can declare a variable using var keyword like this. And then you can go forward and, assign some value. How? Say here num equal to, I'll say 1, 2, 3. Same way here in JavaScript, I will say my var equal to 1, 2, 3. Now, what is the type of the variable num here? What is the type of this variable?
Integer, sir.
Integer. What is the type of my var?
Don't know, sir.
Integer. Number.
No, only in this line I'm saying. So in this line, the type of my var will be undefined. Say for example, let me comment this whole thing off. I will say var, my var, and I will tell type of is a keyword is an what do you call
dynamic.
no. There is a particular operator name. I'll tell you that. So my
Sure, but it's not necessary to write var my var, right? Like we can just write my var is 1, 2, 3.
Yes, you can do that. Here I'm teaching you, when you declare a variable with var keyword or let keyword, what will be its type?
Okay.
When we not
It's same, right? Var and let.
Yeah, var and let, they both can be used for creating the variables. There's a difference between var and let. I'm going to teach you that in the coming lessons. All right.
Okay. Yes.
So when I say my var, type of my var, I get the output as undefined. All right. You getting my point here?
Yes, sir.
So yes, sir.
The data type of the my var is undefined, and undefined itself is a type which JavaScript developer have created to indicate the absence of the data type. You see the paradox here? Now you see, in the second line, what I will do, I'll tell my var equal to 1, 2, 3. Now type of 1, 2, 3. What, so type of my var, what do you think will be the output?
Number, sir.
Will be number. Number is a one data type in JavaScript. Now what I'll do, I will go here and I say my var equal to, I'll assign a value true. And then I will check the type of my var. You see, this time it has become Boolean. You're able to understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And next I'll assign my name to this as a string. The type of my var becomes a string. You see that the same variable, the variable which we have created once, took a different, it become of different data type depending on the value we assign dynamically. You get my point here? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, on the contrary, if you look at a language like Java, let's say variables demo.java, I'll write on simple program. Don't worry about this. You see int num, or let's say int myvar. Let's take the same name as that, myvar. Now I'll tell my var equal to 1, 2, 3. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just like in JavaScript I have done, my var equal to true I have assigned. Let me do the same here now. Okay, I have done the same here. First, let me comment this line and compile this program. As you see, program compiled well and there is no error. But the next line, I will assign my var equal to true. You see, there is a problem here. What it says, incompatible types. Boolean cannot be converted into int.
Indeed.
All right. So let's come back to this explanation, our original explanation. We are getting the error there because Java is a statically typed language. Whereas when we assign a different types of value, we are not getting any error because JavaScript is a dynamically typed language. Guys, you're able to understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So why it is called as dynamically typed language? Based on the value that we assign to a variable, the variable becomes of the type dynamically. So that's why it's called as a dynamically typed language. The same is also true with the Python as well. So you can have one variable, you can assign a number value, you can assign a string value. In Python also data type becomes of that type. So now based on all these examples you saw, you tell me which language is best, statically typed languages or dynamically typed languages?
Dynamic types, sir.
Dynamically typed languages? So what's your opinion, Shobha?
Dynamic type.
Dynamically typed? Okay. What about you, Dhruv? What do you think?
So dynamically typed.
Dynamically typed? Okay. Now I will give you one small real world example. Okay. Dhruv, you have a younger sibling?
Yes, sir.
So sister or brother?
Yes, sir, sister.
Sister. Okay. So when the elder brother is there, younger sister tend to be very, very naughty. Isn't it? They do all the experiment on the big brother.
Yes, sir.
Other day, what happened? Dhruv went to a bazaar and bought a laptop bag. He bought his college is about to start, and he bought a brand new bag, laptop bag. Okay. Now he kept the bag in his room, and his sister is supposed to go for grocery shopping. What she do? What did she do? She took the Dhruva's bag and went to grocery shopping and put onions, bananas, tomatoes all into the bag and brought home. Okay. Do you feel happy about it, Dhruv?
No.
No, not at all. So this is the major difference between dynamically typed language and statically typed language. What happened is that my var is the laptop bag which is supposed to be storing the laptop. Let's say 123 is being a laptop here. But Dhruva's sister took that bag, Maywear, stored tomatoes, and then stored onions. All right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Whereas this kind of mistakes cannot happen if you are using a statically typed language. If you're once you define it, once you define a, say my var is of can store only laptop, there cannot be anything else. Compile itself will give an error. You see,
Okay, yes, sir.
you're able to understand what I'm saying? This is
Yes, sir. Yes,
important.
sir.
You don't study anywhere in YouTube and all, so pay attention. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now you tell me which language is best, dynamically typed language or statically typed language?
For sir, learning purpose, it's dynamic type, and
Ah.
and as a professional, it's static type.
Okay. So because of this problem, which I just explained you just now, because of this problem, even though Python was a very, 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 very good language, Java won the market for a very, very long time.
Yes, sir.
The reason is because people who use dynamically typed language really have to be very, very intellectual. There has to be very good understanding, very good communication between the team members. Okay. Which ironically not so when it comes to humans. Actually, elephants do better communication among their team members, but humans, we don't do very good, communication or understanding among team members quite often. Is it true, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So because of that reason, Java has won the big market share compared to Python. And then JavaScript came along, and yes, it was dynamically typed language. Then JavaScript people started coming up with a new feature, and many other companies started contributing to the development of JavaScript. One biggest breakthrough to this contribution was the release of TypeScript from Microsoft. TypeScript, you heard of it?
No,
TypeScript
sir.
is
No,
from
sir.
Microsoft. Microsoft has released something called TypeScript. You can call it a library or a, what do you call, a programming language. You can call it, yes, TypeScript is a programming language developed and maintained by Microsoft. It's a strict syntactical superset of JavaScript. Okay, so let me explain in the nutshell what does it mean. TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. If you use TypeScript, now you're using a JavaScript as a statically typed language. If you're simply using JavaScript, then you're using the JavaScript as a dynamically typed language. This
It
makes
has
sense?
both.
Yes, JavaScript can be both a statically typed language or it can be dynamically typed language.
Okay, sir.
So because of this reason, now the TypeScript, after the introduction of TypeScript, the Google earlier they had something called Angular JS, which they renamed it to Angular, which adopted, which is based on TypeScript. Okay, so is many
Sir,
other.
what is Angular? We heard a lot, but don't know what it is.
Angular is a direct competition. See, in the UI side, currently in the UI side, if you want to create a UI like, whatever the UI you see in the real world today, if you want to create a better UI, there are two things that are quite popular. One is Angular, this is from Google, and another one is React.js from Facebook.
Both are equally good.
Both are okay. Angular was the is from the Google, which had a good market share earlier, and then that is now overtaken by React.js. That is why in your JavaScript full stack it is MERN stack. There are two popular stack, MERN stack. Before MERN stack, MEAN stack was quite popular. Here M means MongoDB, Express.js, AngularJS, Node.js. So 2.5 3 years back, I used to teach mean stack. Now instead of Angular, I adopted React to the training, and this is called as MERN stack. Same thing, MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js. So when you say both are equally good, since React.js is a lot better and faster compared to Angular, React.js has taken over Angular in the recent market trends.
Okay, okay.
All right. So we'll not be studying Angular. Instead of that, we'll be studying React.js.
Yeah.
So, like with the introduction of this, you can say JavaScript is a language which is the best of Java, which is the best of Python. They also borrowed the ideas from Ruby and Rails. They also borrowed the ideas from C Sharp also. Okay. And they are JavaScript is one of the fastest language to be implemented very, very fast. Is it clear?
Yes,
Today,
sir.
Yes,
today,
sir.
if 100 applications are being developed, desktop applications, say this Visual Studio Code is a desktop application. You aware of Telegram?
Yes, sir.
Telegram for
Yes,
Mac,
sir.
Windows. See, this is a Telegram application, right? So this entire Telegram application is developed using JavaScript. You can go and search in the Google technology stack of Telegram desktop application. Okay. In fact, this is developed using a JavaScript library called Electron.
Okay.
So
Okay. And React is for websites.
websites. Even with React, you can also develop the desktop part also. This also supports React as well.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so it's both.
All right. See, this is this Electron JS is used by the your most popular text editor. As we speak, we are using this text editor, right? Visual Studio Code, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Visual Studio Code, WhatsApp, Twitch, Slack, InVision, and many more are developed using Electron JS. In fact, in your module 1, I'll be giving you an introduction to this Electron JS as well. Documentation is not ready, but I'll be teaching you straight away. All right.
Okay, okay. Yes, sir.
You get my idea?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, coming to your decision of choosing React, so decision of choosing JavaScript is the best decision for your career. That I can assure you. All right. It is overtaking Python also. It is overtaking Java also, and all other companies are coming and supporting JavaScript. Let me give you one small. This one article which I stumbled upon. How?
So should we download TypeScript?
No, not required right now.
Okay.
See, this is one article how JavaScript is eating the world. You know Netflix, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Netflix used JavaScript and Node.js to transform their website into single-page application. Traditionally, Netflix has been enterprise Java shop, but we migrated, okay, and so on. And this is not simply written by someone. There is an architect from Netflix is explaining why they moved away from what Java onto JavaScript. Netflix is also using React.js in their stack. You see this?
Yes, sir.
PayPal is to moving away from Java onto JavaScript and Node.js. Uber has built its massive driver rider matching platform on Node.js. Next time when you book Uber, remember that that is developed using
JavaScript.
Node.js, JavaScript. IBM also embrace Node.js as well. Microsoft embrace Node.js, and so on. There are, the list keeps on going if you do further research. All right, JavaScript is the future actually. So I hope you understood the concept, what I'm trying to say, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So we can safely ignore this debate of statically typed languages and dynamically typed language, as JavaScript, works for both statically typed language as well as dynamically typed language. All right. So coming to the variables, I just show you that we can without creating using any var keyword or let keyword, you can what do you call simply use a variable name and assign some value, and the variable becomes of the type. But it's a good wise decision to use the var or let keyword. The difference between var or let keyword will be explained in future. Concept is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Why it is a right convention to use the var or let keyword is because if you use a variable without using var or let keyword, this becomes a global variable. Okay. Again, there is a chapter of scope of variables that you're gonna study in future. They will understand better. Again, that is the same chapter as var versus let, and something called hoisting. So hoisting is one of the important concept that you need to be aware of, that I will be teaching you once your fundamentals are settled. It's too early to talk about it. All right.
Okay, sir.
So this is about creating the variables. Let's run through the nodes once what I have written. So this is a bit of theory which I just explained you. So these are the variables, different variables I have created with different values. I simply made use of var keyword. So you can go for either var keyword or you can go for let keyword. Type of operator can be used for checking the type of the variable. Data types you're gonna study in the coming lessons. So here is an example for, I hope that, for every screenshot which is present in the notes, you should write this program and execute it. All right. As you see, variables2.js is a file name I have kept. It's better you also keep the same name. So what we are trying to convey here, we are declaring and initializing more than one variable in the same line. All right. Without using the var keyword, we can create a variable as well. This example has been given. So variables are, dynamically typed. For that, this example, which you have done
Yes, sir,
earlier.
can you scroll up like 1 minute?
Yeah.
Like above that, like where without where we did.
I'll be sharing these notes with you again. All right.
Okay, okay, yes, sir.
Tell me your email address.
So, sir, is there? You have it. That blue color.
Okay, this one,
Through
right?
Nagpal 12. Yes, yes, sir.
So, okay, coming to this, variables in JS is dynamically typed. Variables store a single data value that can be changed later. Variables can be defined using var or let keyword. Variables defined without var keyword becomes global variables and not recommended. Variables must be initialized before using.
Yes.
If you do not initialize, it will have a value undefined. All right. There's a value called undefined and there's a data type called undefined. So the value undefined is of type undefined. Multiple variables can be defined in a single line using a comma. Variables in JavaScript are loosely typed or dynamically typed. See, loosely typed is the another name for dynamically typed. All right. So variables
Sir,
in,
for like comma, should we write x comma y comma z is 1 comma 2 comma 3 or x is equal to 1 comma y is equal to 2?
so I think since you come from Python background, you are assuming that, right? So
Yes.
you can assign some value like this and you can go for more variables and assign some value, right?
Okay,
This is
okay,
the
yes,
way
sir.
to go. All right. Or you can declare
Yes.
a variable just using comma like this, but you'll have to initialize it later. They both will have, in this case, they both will have the value undefined, and then we are changing its value to 1 to 3 here. Make sense?
Yes, sir, yes.
Variables in JavaScript are dynamically typed. So it can store the value of any data type throughout its lifetime. So just by picking up the variables chapter, I explained you so many other things. In the evening lesson, evening 7 p.m. class, I'll be teaching you identifiers and JavaScript data types. And we go further string and number. Now that we have sufficient members in the group, I'll not be delaying any much training. So don't miss any classes. All right.
Okay, sir.
So
Yes,
Dhruv,
sir.
you have to visit Philida.io and register account there. Go for sign up and register account there. Along with the class, whatever the classes you are attending, this is a live one-to-one training that has been given, right? Along with that, you'll also
Yes, sir.
get access to online course that I have published in Philida.io that contains all the videos. Suppose if you miss some classes, those videos and notes all present in this online course. All right. If anyone
Okay, yes.
else has not got the access, please register and message me in WhatsApp your email address that you use for registration. I'll give you the access to this particular course. All right. So, guys, any doubts, questions so far?
Sir,
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 Yeah, Shobha.
sir, you did not give access function object scope.
Okay, I will check it and I'll give you that.
And what is Java? Difference between Java, JavaScript, Python. So that is not there in video.
Okay, for that, you just have to go to YouTube and search for this course,
Like
this video. What's your batch? This one, right? So I sent you the link, Shobha. Hello.
Okay, sir.
So in that video, I explained
Okay,
the
sir.
difference between Java full stack, JavaScript full stack, and Python full stack, which is best for your career. All right. Okay. So what was your other question?
Okay. In that video, like functions and symbol objects, it is not there. Nodes also not there, sir. Video also not there.
Which one? Functions.
Function, yeah. No, data types.
Okay.
Go for
Okay.
data
Okay.
types.
Okay. Function, symbol, objects, videos are not there because these are the advanced concepts that will be covered separately. Say, for example, you see, there's a function chapter. In that, this many chapter lessons has been added to functions. All right.
Okay.
Objects are covered in OOPS, and again, symbols are also covered in OOPS using JavaScript.
Okay.
All right. So not necessary that you can just skip that and go forward.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So any doubts, questions? Dhruva, you have any questions?
No, sir. No, sir. I cleared all my doubts.
Naresh, do you have any questions?
sir, the difference between where and let, sir. You told it. You can define
I will
let.
teach you that. I didn't told you at the end of the class, but in the coming lessons. Have patience. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
For that, you have to learn something called hoisting. So hoisting, I'm gonna cover in the coming lessons. For that, I want some what do you call fundamentals should be set before you go further with those advanced concepts explanation. All right.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So any other question, Naresh?
Sir, like I just logged in the site. How do I check the courses?
First, you have to register the account. Go to sign up and register the account. And
Sir, yes, sir. I logged in also. I logged in.
you logged in also. Okay, 1 second, hold on. I'll give you the access right away then.
See all courses.
Yeah. You do one thing. Message me your email address that you use for registering the account.
Yes,
I think
sir.
I got it. It's druvangpal12@gmail.com, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So right after the class, I'll give you the access to the JavaScript basics course. You will be able to access it and start learning from there. All right.
Okay, yes, sir.
So guys, because you have the access to this course online doesn't mean that you should skip the classes, because as you see now, we discussed a lot more things, especially the Shobha and Naresh. You might have already studied some of the chapters, right?
Yes, sir.
So there are many things which are not part of this have been covered in the live class here, isn't it? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So things which are not part of the online notes videos will be covered in the live class here. So please do not miss the class just because you have an access to the online course. All right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So
Sir,
yeah, Shobha.
please send me this video on the group, sir.
Which one?
This record section.
Oh, this recording. Okay. I'll share
Yeah,
that in the
send
group
me.
right away.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
itself. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. So if there are no questions, we'll wind up. Please let me know any questions are there.
No, sir. Sir,
No, sir.
evening 7, sir.
7 sharp 7 will have.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Fine, guys. Then so today we'll have a class at 7 p.m. All right.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yes.
Okay, guys. See you. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.